Welcome back to Siren Blood Curse, where we are about to check back in with Bella, around whom the story has revolved lately. She's still alive, but alone, entering what might be the single most difficult level in the entire game.
I did it, Mommy! I love you, Bella!
Oh my god. It was all foreseen? There are drawings of us in here? Damn it.
Getting through the chapter we are about to play makes you much better at Siren, because it is dramatically more difficult than everything we've seen thus far. Let us get right to the Ito house, swarming with Shibito, Bella locked in a closet behind them. A bad spot to be in. So we're going to use a mechanic we've had access to this whole game. Haven't had much reason to use though. We are going to multi-site jack. So here's one Shibito. She is locked on the triangle button. There's another one, leaving the room now. Locked on circle button now. And finally, there we go. The last Shibito. We can see what all of them are doing at the same time, but it's a slideshow. The game can barely handle it. Nonetheless, we'll zoom in to this one, leave our safety as he leaves the downstairs floor entirely. The first Shibito has put herself up in a room, so there's only one down here on the ground floor, and we didn't get caught by her. Off to a fantastic start. We can hear some music. There's the guy we're locked onto. Let's go away from him and hide. And then try and gather more information using our triple sight jack ability. Bella is the most advanced sight jacker in this whole game, it turns out. So this one here is just staring at a notebook, scribbling wildly, and listening to music quite loudly right next to her head. So, for the most part, she is not a problem. Don't have to worry about her. And the other one is staying on the ground floor. She's gone back into the room of the TV. But this guy's leaving his room where he last saw him. Oh shit, we left the door open. That's not good. He's coming right for us. Information for next time, I guess. Or he's just leaving a key behind on the table right next to us and bolting out of here for some reason. I guess he's out of our hair for now. What's his hurry? He's going to the bathroom. We'll give him his privacy. So the only person upstairs is the one listening to that radio. She won't hear us. And we got the bedroom key. The guy who was up here locked this door behind him, and then just tossed the key aside for some reason. Now, he was checking up on this person here, the guy who had a gun last time Howard was in the Ito house. We can just sneak past him and hit a checkpoint. And we are out of the Ito house. It takes a lot of practice to figure out how to get out of the Ito house, but we've done it. That is very difficult. Here comes the guy from the bathroom again. Now, in a perfect world, we would be pretty well set at the moment. We do not live in a perfect world. We live in a world where there are 5 archive items. None of them will be received automatically, and only this last one is in the second playable chapter in this episode. Thus, the other 4 are somewhere in this level, and Bella will have to find them. And the best way to find them at this moment is to just reload the checkpoint we just got. This will reposition the Shibito in a better configuration for us. It's a bit immersion breaking, but very efficient. So the radio Shibito fortunately turns away from us as she leaves the room. That allows us to go explore her room. What do we got? Basically a shrine to Bermuda 3. The band Howard thought was so kitschy. We got a schoolgirl outfit. A guitar. Can't use that as a weapon. Spool Knitter. That's important for the archive. But that's not all. Uh-oh. Took a little too long getting in that closet. Now I'm getting tormented to my demise. Our window of opportunity is much smaller than you would expect for how slow-moving all the Shibito are. So we'll hide ourselves again. Head right in there. We still have the Spool Knitter, whatever that is. And now we can observe our surroundings. The mother is still downstairs. The daughter is just looking out the window and scaring the hell out of us by turning towards the corpse paint Shibito. Although I guess it's not paint in his case, he actually is a corpse. So she's back in the room, which seems like we've screwed up really, really bad. For some reason we want this for the most obscure of the archive items you could possibly imagine. But we also have this guy right up here, right next to us. We don't want that. We'll wait for him to leave. And downstairs, just to get our bearings. She's watching TV. Not the best show I've ever seen. It looks like, there we go. Let's mind the father's pattern at the moment. He returns to the room where he left the key. He doesn't have the key, we do. So he's just playing through forces of habit. And then bolting out of there again. So, we need to get to action. Suicidal action. If we're fast enough. Looks like she spotted us there. But instead, she goes to investigate elsewhere. Finds no one, of course. So, false alarm must have been, even though we shouted right next to her head. We have to do this twice, this horribly unwise action. You're never quite sure whether or not she actually got you. This time she did not. So, we hop out. We head over to her desk. We look at this radio. That gets us another archive item. A song we've never heard before. Essential, obviously. We can only get that archive item while the radio is playing. So she turns off the radio before she leaves the room normally, unless she is startled by shouting. I don't know why anyone would think to do that ever. But they must, in order to get that archive item. Easily the most obscure archive item in the game, and among the most difficult to figure out and get. It's unfair to the player in a very Siren-esque way. Also, this is the only time I know of in the game where if you have the flashlight on, you will get caught. So you do actually have to turn it off this one time. Patriarch seems to have left. The radio's off, but we might still be able to sneak out. Yes, maybe. Come on, Bella. Okay, we are out of the Ito house again. Came at a small cost, but we appear to be free. I don't think any of them will abandon their home to give chase. So there we go. We are, once again, to safety. We can't even get back in if we wanted to. But we have 2 archive items. We need 4. So let's keep exploring. In the shed, the small desk has a closet key, which bears some terrifying implications. They are every bit as bad as you might expect. Once again, nothing stopping us from just charging out that gate to freedom. But we need to figure out a use for this key. Oh, we're here. Head into first person. Sneak over here. Kitties! Look at them. They're looking at us. And as we approach, they bolt off under the deck. Bye, kitties. If you want to know more about them, go watch the entire Siren 2 Let's Play by Super Great Friend. Yes, that is a reference to that other game. But that is not part of our puzzle. Just something, a little cute detail that I enjoy. For now, we have this prompt here. Look at that tiny guitar in there. I believe that is in the sister's room. We are looking through the floor. Neat. Anyway, that should not happen. Ring the doorbell. And then ding dong ditch. Now the mother comes into play. We've dodged the other 2. Now it's her turn. If you do the level in the most efficient way possible, you simply would never see her. Never have to worry about her. But she came out to see who it was, leaving the door open behind her. There's the sister, furious at our intrusion. I'm gonna sneak around the corner and hope that that saves us. The father's upstairs, and the mother has gone to the shed, it looks like. If I know my geography. It's a good thing we have seen so much of this house. We gotta know the layout intimately. I think we might be safe. If not, we're in for a terrifying encounter. Just like that one. If we're a little faster, their placement should be more advantageous to what we're trying to do. I'm not going to run past the grandpa. He did have a gun last time we were in the Ito house as Howard. This time he appears to just stay asleep. If you jump off the exact right spot of the roof, Bella will not faceplant afterwards. Oh, we do need the closet key. We don't respawn with that, because we got it after the checkpoint. Grab that real quick. Back to the doorbell. Head around the corner, knowing in advance that she will not check that far. And then just wait. Meanwhile, I think we'll take a look at the other two. They seem to be upstairs, heavily invested in their duties, arbitrary as they may be. The mother is turning around. If everyone stays upstairs, we're good. And we are incredibly stealthy. Run for it. This, all the way over here, is the closet. We're in. To get an insect catching kit.
Daddy said you can make bugs show up if you put something sweet on a tree.
Thank you for the hot gameplay tip, Bella. Just to be safe, let's close that out here. Let's look at our new prize. A kit found in the house storage closet with all the components necessary to catch insects. It even comes complete with bait. Something sweet. So that probably relates to our final archive item. Depressed picture of Bella over in the corner there. She's had a rough day, that's for sure. And now I think we just need to stealth back out of here. Looks like the father's in the bathroom. That's actually where we want him. And the mother is entering the shed, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure. No, she's coming back from the shed. Will she re-enter the house? She's kind of spinning around outside the front door. Now she's back in. Okay, father's back upstairs. That's good at least. This is all we have to worry about at the moment, and it's coming my way. Okay. TV time. If we're fast, we might get out of here. Okay, I think we're free. Doesn't look like she wants to leave the house. Good news for us. I'm gonna go close that door, maybe? Her path will change. If you leave the door open, she will come out again to explore further, even after she is not alerted to our presence. And we don't want that at this point. Just leave the Itos indoors. We're done bothering them. So, we are given the clue to put something sweet on a tree. There are many trees, but we do have something sweet in our bug catching kit. And this tree does look slightly different than the others. Let's sweeten it up. molasses on a tree. Now we wait. But we can't just stare at the tree and wait. We'll run a lap around the house. Maybe by then something will have happened. In this unbelievably involved series of events to get one more archive item. Back where we started. Still no takers. Seems to take a bit of a while. It's kind of arbitrary when this bug's gonna show up. And you know, it's worth it. We're gonna meet a bug. Kick those logs over for no reason. How about now? Still no. Patience is a large part of the bug catching game. Right now, our target is taking care of some unknowable beetle business. And we just lost a lot of progress. Because the mother decided to hop outside again. You'd think we might be able to go get that beetle now, since we set everything up properly. After waking up the grandfather, he can't catch us. We're free. Hopefully he doesn't tell anyone we're out here. But we should just be on our way now. Go grab the beetle. Job well done. We do not have the insect catching kit in our inventory. We do have to go physically reacquire it if we are to use it. Which means we gotta get the closet key again, then return to the closet. Repeat the entire process again. I'm gonna do a little experiment here. Keep an eye on the mother's view. Although the others are wandering around in unfortunate ways. Oh, the grandpa's out of his bed. Whole lot of chaos in there. We made it past her. And if we're lucky, no one will be in our way. We might be able to get to the closet in time. She's right on our heels. But she has no reason to believe we're in here. The door was locked. Just to play it safe, we'll hide in here as well. But I sincerely believe she will not find me. She's already taken a wrong turn. Will she forget? There we go. The locked closet. Not interested in investigating further. Father's heading towards the bathroom. And the mother back to the kitchen. That's not great. I don't want to go upstairs, because the guy in the bed could be anywhere at this point. Okay, she's heading back outside. Time to see what we can accomplish. Metal Gear Solid style. He's leaving the bathroom. Heading back upstairs in a real hurry. Coast is clear to get outside, but will we just get murdered the second we step outside? I doubt it. Okay. So far, so good. Bought her up the tree again. And be extra careful while waiting for progress. Let's keep an eye on this one. She's the only one who will willingly leave the house. No longer need to multi-site jack. But as you can see, that is a tool that is not useful in most of the other levels. Very, very useful here. Hard to imagine what we would even do without it. She's back inside. Might even stay there. Still haven't waited the arbitrary long enough period to get that thing open. Open. We're just waiting for someone to show up. Take the bait. Might as well pop in here again. 'Cause why not? Near the bloody sink. Not a lot of sheds these days have sinks. It's more of a detached room. I don't see anybody.
Wow, it's so cool.
Bella saw plenty enough for me, though. We grabbed it just before getting spotted, I think. I don't even know who's on the lookout at the moment. Yeah, she's in the kitchen. Weird. Not a problem. I am heading for that gate. And we have all the archive items now, so even if we do get caught, we can just head out the gate regardless. Mission accomplished.
Bella!
Mommy?
Bella!
Mommy!
Bella, it's Mommy. I came to get you.
No!
As if the hardest level we've seen so far wasn't hard enough. We have a whole nother challenge. Uh-oh. She got real close there. Right on my heels. We got away. She's headed back for the gate now. Did a 180. Closed the gate. And locked it behind her. That's not great. So what other characters have done was go through the house, onto the roof, and climb over the gate. That's what Howard did last time he was here. We obviously don't want to do that. We spent enough time in the house. Uh-oh. Plenty of mothers giving us problems out here. And now we're sandwiched. Very unfortunate. Let's see where she ended up. Still behind the house. The other one... probably back near the gate. Let's see what she's up to. No, she went back inside. That's sort of lucky for us. Oh, Grandpa's on the roof. Not my problem right now. Just keep an eye on her. Ugh. Another one went outside. They're working together to find me. They formed a little search party. We hope to remain a missing child. Better than being a dead child. Melissa's running somewhere. You are in the shed. Please stay there. And maybe Melissa will stay gone. Takes a long time to unlock the gate. And there we go. Maybe after the reload, the other Shibito from inside won't be as aggressive. I certainly hope so. Just won't even ring the doorbell. She will have absolutely no reason to come outside. All will be well. We will have merely one hyper-aggressive undead monster coming after us. And I think I can handle that.
Bella!
Mommy?
Melissa comes back, we run away. We'll head this way this time. She's already locked the gate. Now we wait for her to leave. Seems like she knows we went this way. Last time she did search the other way first. And she seems to be doing that again. Just getting her bearings, it looks like. Soon enough, she will leave that spot unguarded. There's the cats. They don't run away from zombies for some reason, only afraid of the living.
Stop fiddling with that, honey.
She has a sixth sense about when we're messing with the gate. But we did manage to get by quickly enough. Mission accomplished. We no longer wish to be escorted by Melissa. Because going it alone is safer at this point, but we did survive against all odds. 5-1, little kid wins.
I remember now.
ずっと繰り返している。閉ざされた輪に閉じ込められて。眠っているもう一つの力を解き放つの。
This time, I will perform the true ritual.
Howard now seems to remember most, if not all, of the preceding loop. And Mikko and Amana both seem to have their entire memories back. So we need to break the 4 seals using all this information we've got. Here's the car that Melissa crashed earlier. We either climbed over it or went right through the cab. And Mikko notably has a rosary with a monocross at the end of it. Something to keep in mind. For now, we are heading into these fields again, unarmed, unfortunately, and with an escort. We can sightjack around, and we will find countless Shibito absolutely everywhere. Complete sensory overload. We don't even know what to do with all the information that we could receive were we to start sightjacking them. Instead, we will use information from previous loops, because now our character does canonically have that. In the dilapidated shed, first time around, we're hunting traps. There are features of hunting traps that we haven't really noticed because we haven't experimented too much with the traps. Okay, fine. Mikko blocks the door. You just stay there.
分かった。
So over here, an armed Shibito. We leave a trap for her. Bring her over here. Shouting turns out to be very useful in this episode. She gets trapped and drops her weapon. Then we get to execute her with it. Then keep on fighting. 'Cause, not over yet. As noted, a tremendous number of Shibito in the area.
分かった。
We also could have climbed the tree from the first time we were here. And it would have had the same result. It would have broken just as the first time. And there's Fly Shibito here. We would have been separated from Mikko and she would have been in a great deal of danger. And it would have been somewhat inconvenient to path our way all the way back to where she goes. Reunite and rescue her. Fly Shibito seem to be much stronger than usual.
気配が消えた。
And our weapons are really weak. So that's definitely a part of it. This is where we got an archive item long ago.
目覚めよ。
And Mikko has a little chant as she arrives on the scene. And then performs a ritual to break one of the 4 seals. Surely breaking seals is a good thing when we're dealing with immensely powerful outer gods. Can only end well. We got this log that only Bella can get through, and we didn't even use her to get through that spot at any point earlier in the game. So for us, impenetrable wall. Mikko will pull herself up. Fly Shibito guarding the church. Just wait for him to descend. Slice him apart. Maybe. He's going for Mikko, but with a water ladle, so I'm not too worried. No, not worried at all. What is somewhat worrying is this. Someone tied a gun to a monocross. As a present. A strange little gift, which I don't know if I should trust, but I'm gonna take it. Against my better judgment. And get back on the path.
知恵を得し者よ。目覚めよ。
Ah, Mikko found another shrine. Or seal, as it were. Two down. The iron gate is locked with a rusty lock that we could break open by pistol whipping it. But we don't really have any business back there, I don't think. Yeah, nothing too interesting that way. Maybe later, as the camera pans through Mikko's head. Most of what we need to do, though, is way up at the end of this path. With tiny little steps. All along the way. Making progress slow, but not much to stop us. Maybe one fly. Not worried about flies. I got a gun. No, you put your hands up, world. Where's he at? There we go. You again. Followed us from the church. Someone's screaming off in the distance. And a million tools. I don't think we need any of them. We'll check back in later. Over the rotten log, which, after the maggot Shibito got burned, Bella must have come up this way to get to the Ito house, because that's on the other side of this. Which means she pushed over the rotten log? Impressive.
空を滑る者よ、目覚めよ。あと一つ。
So far, so good. Can't go that way. We do need to drain the lake. Or the river, actually, the Mana River. If we were very observant in previous chapters, we would have noticed one of these seals, which have been in this level the entire time, was in the riverbed. Bella happened to walk through it when she was a Shibito. So over here we have another Shibito, but not just any. It looks like a normal guy, but we can see the seams on his face. He is a Shibito brain, and his face splits open. Someone's giving us trouble. Won't be a problem after this guy's dead. As a brain, he brings everyone else down with him. Now, we could get into the riverbed from here. It was a good idea when Bella did it. Not so much if we were to do it, because there is an impassable gate. Bella could squeeze through because she's small. We cannot. So we gotta loop around. Back the way we came. Worth it. Could have broken her fall. But she's fine. She's been around the block quite a few times. Now we break this lock. We need to get to the riverbed from the other side. One of the only ways to do that is a little land bridge up ahead here, where the river normally empties out. Yeah. Up there would work. See, they're in the river right now. Stay down. Guys have taken forever to get back up. Good thing, too. Now they won't be getting back up. The river is all ours. But before we go ahead, break that next seal, let's bring Miyako over to her own grave. That can only end well. Check this out, Mikko. Look familiar? Seen that before? Not a big deal to you, I guess? Howard's Japanese is so bad that he apparently can't even read her name on the grave. Oh well. There's the rotting tree that you can climb, which will then break behind you. So if you take this path, you get the garden hoe, and then you keep going ahead, you get the gun. But you also get yourself in a bad part of the level. But over here, there's more to see. A broken hunting trap, along with some shriveled up carrots. We have working hunting traps. Let's drop one of those off there. Just see what happens. So far, nothing. Kind of expected this. So I'm gonna go do a little backtracking. Hopefully not too much will be required. Let's try right here.
What the? Yeah.
So this is another thing that I believe spawns randomly in this level. This level just loves random spawning things related to difficult archive items here in the later part of the game. So I'll give this one more shot. See what happens. Good news. That arbitrary action did it. If you heard that snap, that's what we wanted. The hunting trap we set worked. Something is all bloody. Bloody and smelly. Something got caught in the trap. Leftover fur and a horrible stench. A lot of Howard's journey through Hanuda involves just really disgusting smells for some reason. But that's it for archive items. Really, really difficult archive items in this chapter. Really, this whole episode. Shoot everyone down. The flies are back alive. Just get rid of this one thread and we should be fine to break the last seal. Come right along, Mikko. Oh, the way the last archive we got is supposed to work, you find a specific spot in the level which causes a rustling of the bushes somewhere. That is you dislodging a mysterious creature from their hiding spot. And afterwards, they will return to the place where they have found food previously and broken a trap at some point in the past, only to find you have laid a new trap for them. I didn't spot the rustling, but perhaps you did. At some point in this level, we caused something to rustle in the bushes, and then we trapped it. It eventually escaped our trap, but we'll know more about it soon. Final seal. Indeed.
Nani? 封印?
Mission accomplished. Ancient unknowable power unleashed. Hopefully it's on our side. Amana seems to think so.
あれは
There is no escape. You have no place to run.
この出会い偶然ではなさそうだな。Oh, our savior. How do you feel?
You're sick in the head!
Gates of paradise shall open.
送られた古の力。
I congratulate you. For all fortunes you...
No, Bella!
Saiga takes up the mantle of hero in Howard's absence. But it does look from the next episode preview that his face turn might be short-lived. And our string of victories might still end up in terrible, terrible events coming to pass. But we'll save that for when we get to that next chapter. And I pressed the wrong button. For now, we have lots of archive items to look at. 5 of them. But first, I guess we will look at the Sacred Revelations. Got a new page of that. Sam has been studying it in the background. And it has revealed our own experiences in the Ito house. Red water flooded the land, and the dead began to rise. Not new information, that's for sure. And page 4. The sacrifice was returned, and a great holy flame purified the thief. That actually happened in the preceding loop. Not so much this one. But the end result was the same. Amana defeated Howard in some way using magic, and stole Mikko to do something probably terrible. We'll get back to work saving Mikko again, that damsel in distress, soon enough. First though, I want to talk some more about Mikko. Before we get to the new archive items, let's look at some of the very old ones. Mikko's grave. We found this quite a while ago. An ancient grave related to Mikko. This one has always bugged me. My whole time playing this game, I've never really been able to figure out how this made sense. Because like I said, Mikko couldn't have possibly been dead any longer than 1970s. So why would her grave be ancient? That's just strange. Now we know from this book that Mikko was a priestess who brought a specific religion to Hanada Village before the Mana religion. And the Mana religion was outlawed for a long time, brought back in the 1950s. So whenever this Mikko religion was around, it was a long, long, long time ago. We don't even know how long ago, but unknowable eons. At least a few centuries, I would assume. So, who the hell is Mikko? The one we are currently escorting around, unleashing strange powers from the unknown. Either it's a descendant of this Mikko, who brought about the original Hanada religion, or Mikko is the same person who brought back that religion. She may even be one of the outside gods, not just a worshiper of it. And what happens to an outsider from the God Realm when they are not accepted by Hanuta Village any longer? Because, let's say, a new religion has come to take its place. Well, they bury them alive, as they did the Gojaku giant in his own little grave in the mines, which we unearthed. We found that he was still alive in there, releasing a storm of flatulence for no one in particular. Perhaps they did exactly the same thing to Miyako long ago. Buried her alive near the church and just moved on to the mono-religion. That's my best guess anyway. I can't prove it. I don't think we're going to get any further information to verify or deny that. And also, we did see that Miyako had a rosary with the mono-religion cross on it. So it seems she at some point accepted the mono-religion herself, forsaking her own religion. Perhaps to be safely unburied. Perhaps she did that willingly long ago, and her connection to the previous religion caused her to be an excellent sacrifice. As we know, that is her fate these days. That's been my best guess at decoding that whole thing. But we have further things to look at in old archive items. Howard's cell phone. Like I said, if you press triangle right here, it will bring up a loading screen. It will last so long you'll think the game froze. There won't even be so much as a progress meter to tell you that things are actually happening. But just as you're about to disobey the on-screen commands and turn off your console, assuming that the game froze, the thing will eventually resolve, and you will now have on your hard drive, all the way over here in the Photos tab, this folder from August 2007. So let's go take a look at some photos from Howard's actual cell phone. So it's Howard's bike, of course, he would take a picture of that. His new beloved, soon to be replaced by Miyako. After this thing died a horrible death as he entered Hanuta. Yep, still staring at the thing even though it's parked. And like a classic American, he goes on a Japanese countryside tour. He buys hot dogs and ice cream. And whatever this is. We don't want that. Kind of hard to navigate this with a controller. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's obvious. Maybe I'm showing my own American ignorance. Foggy countryside view. And this, pile of delicious noodles we've seen before. In their final moments before Howard consumes them. We've also seen this picture back on Howard's blog. I would say it would have been nice to have a phone, but we know they don't work in Hanuta. Not once you're in the loop. More scenery. This game is based off of thousands of pictures of actual scenery. This appears to be the Mana River. And there's definitely a Mana Cross. Night is beginning to fall, and he's still snapping pictures for his blog. Probably by now he is beginning to lose internet access. And perhaps beginning to feel threatened. Isn't using his camera's flash at least. And causing whatever this is to occur. Some kind of ominous shape. Doesn't appear to actually be anything specific though. Another monocross in total darkness now. And a tree. Grainy shot. Here he is at the ritual. He was just live tweeting his way up to a human sacrifice. Taking pictures all the while. And there it is, off in the distance. the ritual moments before he goes to interrupt it. And that's the last one. Last thing Howard did before tackling Saiga and saving Mikko was take a picture with his cell phone. Just a little bit of characterization. It certainly didn't give us any new information about anything. This is just a very, very obscure tech demo for what the PS3 could do. The developers themselves had to convince Sony that this was physically possible to upload images to your hard drive from a game disc, or in this case, a downloaded game. And after they convinced them that it was possible, they had to demand permission to actually get it done. Sony was very hesitant to the whole idea. And it does barely work. It causes your console to freeze for like 10 minutes. So it's not worth it, but it is very interesting and weird in a very classic Siren way. And now, back to the rest of the new archive items. So as usual, gonna save the best and weirdest one for last. Go right to the Spool Knitter on the nightstand in the daughter's room. The easy one to get. A spool knitter was a popular crafting tool among young girls in the 1960s and 70s. A spool of yarn is set onto a spindle, and the yarn is threaded around several small rods on the device to help make knitting easier. This handy tool succeeded in introducing many young girls to the joy of knitting, but the final products usually didn't serve any practical purpose. Unclear why Bella decided to grab it, since it fell out of style many, many years before she was born. But she sees something colorful, she's gonna grab it. We've seen her do that before. Also, the insect catching kit caught her eye. This set of bug collecting implements is designed for children to use. It comes complete with a standard magnifying glass, mounting pins, syringe, insecticide, and embalming fluid. But kits like this one, manufactured in Misumi County, also include a special molasses to use as bait. Bug catching was a fixture in the summer vacations of many young Japanese children in the 1960s and 70s. The danger involved with handling syringes and toxic fluids was part of the appeal. However, as the embalming fluid was pretty much useless, many children were forced by their parents to throw away their hard-earned collections as bugs began to decompose. Fortunately, Bella has decided to claim a live specimen using that special molasses. So the useless aspects of the catching kit simply will not come into play. We've got a new little friend. We don't have to worry about the rest of this junk. But it is another thing that the Misumi County region developed and sold, which was just a useless pile of garbage. Which I've started to realize seems to be like a meta-commentary on the Siren series itself. Especially this one, the Joylink Ultra Network King. A very, very ambitious product, which was so user-unfriendly and bizarre that virtually no one could ever have enjoyed it, nor wanted it. Which is how I would describe the entire Siren series. It is a miracle this series ever got more than one game. And things like this, the Joylink Ultra Network King, strange archive items that just tell the story of a excessively ambitious commercial product with no appeal due to the just weird specificness of it. Those started to pop up in Siren 2 after the first game got so many confused looks from potential customers. I really do think it's the developers looking at what they made and being like, yeah, I get why people didn't go for this. But they should have. It was smart. That is both my commentary on it and the developers. But we both get why it didn't work. I certainly do, having now done most of a Let's Play of one of these games. No one wants this. but I'm doing it anyway. And speaking of things no one wants, beetles. I love them, but they are unpopular. Bella grabbed one of her own. It's the Hanada beetle we read about one earlier on the Searching for Hanada website. Let's learn a lot more. Coleoptera scarabaeidae dynastinae. This rare rhinoceros beetle is only found to inhabit the areas in and around Hanada Village. The triangle pattern on its back is one of its most prominent features. Beyond that, there isn't much that stands out about this insect besides the fact that it's incredibly weak. Triangle's very, very important to this game. We've seen it before, we'll see it again very soon. But this is just a picture of a regular rhinoceros beetle, which they photoshopped a triangle onto the back of, for the sake of this image. Now about this beetle, it can't hold its own against crickets, let alone the more powerful drone beetles that also inhabit the area. It has even been known to abandon precious food to insects as timid as stink beetles. The only thing it has going for it is its incredible grip. One final note of interest is that the Hanada beetle is known to have an insatiable sweet tooth. Yep, big old tank of a thing, which has no offensive capability, just unstoppable defenses. But it ain't putting up a fight for anything. It can grab the hell out of stuff though, weirdly enough. So I guess its legs are very strong, but its horn and the rest of its body totally useless, and it is very timid. And the one item that Howard collected, the UMA World Encyclopedia. I realize that the game doesn't identify UMA, it doesn't define that term. It stands for Unidentified Mysterious Animal, which is a very common Japanese terminology for cryptids, as we would call them. So, every Siren game has a recurring theme of a specific cryptid. You may already know what this game's cryptid is. Let's learn a bunch more about it. The enigmatic American man-beast, Jackalope Man. A legendary half-man, half-beast, Jackalope Man is reported to be a large humanoid rabbit with long ears and antlers that emits a strong, foul odor. This UMA was first discovered in Greybolt County in the 1960s and created quite a stir as reports of sightings and/or smellings flooded in. Starting in the 1970s, sightings of the creature were also beginning to come in from Japan. It was believed to have made its way into the country by stowing away on an ocean freighter. The Japanese reports all indicated that the man-rabbit antelope creature only had one ear, leading to speculation that the variety in Japan is a distinct subspecies from the one living in America. Not at all that it might be just one weirdo who lost an ear along the treacherous journey to a foreign land. Jackalope Man Eyewitness Sketch. This sketch is based on a 1966 eyewitness report given by Greybolt County housewife Honey Daimler. There it is up in the corner of the magazine. A little scribble by typical American housewife Honey Daimler. The witness reportedly came into close contact with the man-beast, but the shock of the sight and smell soon overwhelmed her, sending her into cardiac arrest. She died soon thereafter. Thank God she lived long enough to make that little doodle. How a dead witness could produce a sketch How a dead witness could produce a sketch is one of the many unresolved mysteries surrounding this UMA. I called out the lie before the magazine could. Encountering Jackalope Man, a group of young men camping in the mountains of Missouri County ran across Jackalope Man in 2005. They tried to capture the creature, but it put up a fierce struggle and managed to get away. The scars left on their faces attest to the power of this normally docile UMA when faced with danger. So, perhaps the one we trapped was caught in a time loop or Was this one that the random travelers who got all scarred up tried to trap? Who knows, but there is a real jackalope man somewhere, which Howard managed to catch in a trap. And the rest of this information from this salacious tabloid magazine could be false. Any word of it. That's all of the new items except for our Bermuda 3 record. Howard bought it at a secondhand shop, and we got our own copy by checking the stereo while it was running. It only works if it's running. So, this is more information about that record. On top of the notebook that was actually being scribbled in there. Look at that in the background. Nice detail. The Bermuda 3 was a musical trio comprised of Afro-sporting triplets, and wildly popular in the 1970s. The eldest brother, Red, together with the middle brother, Green, performed vocals, while the youngest brother, Yellow, backed them up on tambourine. The three received a lot of attention with their unique brand of soul-infused music and fashion, still rare at the time. Although they weren't the usual pop idol group, their third single, Bermuda Love Triangle, became a smash hit and propelled straight to the top of the charts, eventually going platinum. Unfortunately, while at the height of their popularity, tragedy struck the siblings. First, it was reported that Red had vanished without a trace. A few days later, Green disappeared in the middle of recording for a television music program. The string of bizarre events made all the headlines. There was some speculation that an obsessed fan of the group had misinterpreted their lyrics to their latest song and was on a mission to make them forever slip away, one by one. At a later event, the third member, Yellow, was found lying unconscious backstage, but luckily recovered from his injuries. His career, however, was soon over, as the group's management company decided they couldn't support a solo tambourine artist. Poor guy, lost his brothers, then lost his job, because all he could do was play tambourine. I kinda want to listen to a solo tambourine artist album, but probably not the entire album. Not a novelty I would stick with for very long. So the theme of triangles comes back. The importance of the number 3 returns. And disappearances, mysterious disappearances for our poor, ill-fated pop group. Really, just a bizarre story that they like to tell. I enjoyed it well enough, but there is more to enjoy. We can listen to their song, Bermuda Love Triangle. I'm gonna go out on that, just play the entire song, which has subtitles telling you the translated lyrics. They are fantastic. Lots of very specific mathematical references to triangles. Very, very silly. And stay tuned till the end for the plot twist in the Bermuda Love Triangle. Highly recommended. I hope you enjoy the Bermuda 3, and I will see you next time for Chapter 11, Episode 11 of Siren Blood Curse.
Try
丁目なんてモノクロームの風景さゴラス